Hello everybody, welcome to Yoga for Self-Love with Kim. I am Kim. This will be a short, quickie, slow flow Vinyasa practice today. Please come and join me on the mat. We will begin in child's pose. So you can come to sit on your heels, and you can either have the legs together or you could take the knees wide to the outer edges of your mat. And then fold yourself forward. So if the knees are together, legs are together, get a little bit more rounding through the back. If the knees are wide, you have a little bit of room for the belly and you get into your hips a little bit more. So you can decide which feels right for you today. I'm going to keep my knees together. And then you can rest your forehead down onto your mat or make a little pillow with the arms. Stack the arms and rest your forehead there. Or you could bring the arms alongside the feet and the shins for a relaxed child's pose. So your variation of child's pose, if it feels okay for you, you can close your eyes. And then just take a few deep, smooth, steady breaths here. And check in with yourself. Notice how you feel today. Notice any thoughts floating through. Notice your emotional tone. Notice any sensations throughout your body, any feelings of tightness or tension, or any areas that feel open and flowing. Notice how your energy feels today. Is it slow and steady, maybe a little bit more amped up? No judgment, as always, just checking in with yourself and giving yourself a little time and attention. And I invite you to bring in the intention to be gentle, kind, patient, loving, and compassionate with yourself as you move through this practice. Send your breath into the back of your body. Fill up the back of your lungs. And then begin to call yourself back. Invite movement into your body. Slowly bring yourself up. If the knees are wide, bring the knees back in together. And we'll take the hands forward. Tuck your toes under. Hug the heels in towards each other and begin to bring your bum back to your heels. And you can walk your hands back towards the thighs or even up onto the thighs if that feels okay for you. Broken toe pose will open through the bottoms of the feet. And then hands come back down to the mat. You untuck toes, sit back on heels. And then let's do it again. Hands come forward, tuck toes under, hug the heels in towards each other, walk hands back, maybe up onto thighs. And then hands come forward, untuck the toes. Now slowly slither yourself down onto your belly. Let's reach the arms forward, hands facing down for this, and then lift up the legs. Begin to paddle your arms and legs like you're in the water, you're swimming. And you can paddle the arms and legs as quickly or slowly as you like. And then release, make a little pillow with the arms, rest your forehead there, return to one cheek, relax. And then reach arms forward, root down into tops of your feet. Inhale, lift up the torso, the arms, the hands. And then release it down, make a pillow with the arms again. Now we'll lift up the legs only, feet, legs. And then release that. Reach arms forward, and then again, lift it all up, arms, legs. And then release it down, hands under your shoulders. Press your bum back to your heels. And then we'll come up on to the knees, come up to stand, and you can press the tops of the feet down, or you could turn the toes under, hug heels in towards each other. Let's take the thumbs up into the armpits first. Lift up through your heart. Crown of the head reaches up, belly draws in and up, and then either keep hands here or take the hands around to the low back, fingers pointing in or out, up or down, whichever feels best for you. Hug the elbows in towards each other and lift your heart up. Maybe you can begin to draw yourself back, chest and heart reaching up. Maybe the gaze shifts up, and then hug in through the inner thighs. Draw in through the belly, bring yourself forward, untuck toes, come back to sit on heels. And let's take it back up onto the knees. Again, tuck toes under, hands to armpits, thumbs into the armpits. Nice long tall spine, and then take hands around to the low back, elbows hug in, lift up the heart, lift up the gaze. You can keep it here, or maybe you reach hands down for tops of the heels. Camel pose, Ustrasana, opening up through the front body. And then draw the chin down towards the chest. Hug in through the belly, bring the hands back up to the low back, bring yourself back up, and then we'll bring it back down to sit on heels. And then take hands forward, tuck toes under, press into the hands, glide, hips up and back, downward dog. And then pedal out your legs here, bending one knee, straightening opposite leg, switching it side to side, or just bending the knee, straightening the legs. And then bend both knees, crouch yourself down, bring belly back to the thighs, and then glide hips up, downward dog. Bend the knees, crouch it down. This time, hug in through the inner edges of the feet, through the inner legs. Lift up through your belly. Begin to roll yourself forward, finding your way into a plank pose. And then lift up through the belly, send the hips up and back, downward dog. We'll bend the knees, crouch it down, and then bring it forward again, finding plank pose. And then glide the hips up and back. Let's do that one more time. Crouch down, lift up through the belly, roll yourself forward, back into your plank, and then draw the hips up and back, downward dog. And then we'll bend the knees and crouch it down, and now send your right leg up for a three-legged dog. We'll bend the right knee, bring it underneath the chest, shift yourself forward into a core plank, knee hugs up to chest, and then send that right leg up and back. Release that foot down, bend your knees, crouch yourself down. We'll send the left leg up, three-legged dog, and then bend that left knee, shift yourself forward, core plank. Send that left leg up and back, release that foot down to the mat, walk yourself up to the top of your mat. Lift the belly up off of the thighs, hinge from your hips, and have a bigger little bend in the knees if you need it. And then bring the belly back down to the thighs. Shake, nod your head. Hands to the mat or grab a hold of elbows. And then bring hands to hips. Press into your feet, lift the heart, and come all the way up to stand Tadasana. We'll bring palms together at the heart. Inhale as you lift the arms up. Exhale, fold yourself forward. And then inhale, bring it halfway up to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And then fold yourself in, plant the hands, step yourself back into plank. Lower your knees down to the ground. Lower your pubic bone down, your pelvis. Hug the elbows in. Lift up your heart, baby cobra. And then release it down. Tuck your toes under. Press into your hands. Glide your hips up and back to a down dog. And then we'll crouch it down. We'll send that right leg up for a three-legged dog. Then bend that right knee. Bring it underneath your body, core plank. And we'll step that right foot through to the right thumb. Then we'll drop that left heel to the mat. Heel angling back, right hip hugging back. Press into the feet, hug in through the inner legs. Peel yourself up and reach the arms up. Front knee bends. Warrior one. Option to smile, always. And then hands down to the mat. Step yourself back in to your plank. Lower your knees down to the mat. Lower yourself all the way down. Hug the elbows in, lift it up, cobra, or press into the hands and lift it up a little higher for your full cobra. And then lower it back down, tuck toes, press into the hands, glide yourself up and back, downward dog. Crouch it down, send that left leg up, three-legged dog, bend that left knee, shift forward, core plank, and now we'll step the left foot through to the left thumb, drop that right heel to the mat, hug that left hip back, peel yourself up, bend that front knee, arms reach up, warrior one, and then hands come back down to the mat, step yourself back into plank. And this time, if you like, you can lower the knees down, lower all the way down to your belly, move it into your cobra, or we'll take it and do chaturanga, low push-up, and then upward dog. Roll it forward on the toes, bend the elbows, lower yourself about halfway down-ish, keeping shoulders above, level of elbows, and then come onto tops of feet, thighs lifted, heart pulls forward, upward dog. Tuck the toes, let's send it up and back to our downward dog. From your down dog, so walk the hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold at the back of your mat. Fold it in. And then we'll bring it halfway up to a flat back. Fold yourself back in. Now let's lift up the right foot, stick that right hand underneath the right foot. Toes all the way up to that right wrist, and then lift up left foot, slide left hand underneath, wiggle your toes, shift the feet around, give your hands a little massage with your feet, and then we'll pluck the right hand out, pluck the left hand out, turn the toes at a little bit of an angle. Lower yourself down. We'll come into Malasana squat pose. Elbows inside knees. Palms come together. Elbows press into the knees. Knees hug in to the elbows. Tail reaches down. Crown of the head reaches up. And then we'll take the hands forward. Press the hands forward and then turn the fingers down, and then lift up the fingers, press the hands forward, and then turn the fingers down. And one more time, palms press forward, and then you turn the fingers down towards the ground. And then we'll reach the hands forward inside of the legs. Begin to roll yourself up onto balls of your feet. And bring your knees to the backs of your arms. You can hug them into the outer edges of your arms or bring the knees up into your armpits. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Begin to shift yourself forward so that your elbows come forward, lining up over the wrists. Press into the hands, hug in through the legs, hug in through the belly. Maybe you lift up one foot, maybe both. Release the feet back down to the mat. Palms come back together. Take the hands around behind you. Lower yourself down to your bum. Bend the knees, reach forward with the arms, and slowly lower yourself down to the mat. Hands alongside the body. Press down into your feet. Lift your hips up. Bridge pose, and you can scooch the shoulders underneath you a little bit. Maybe you clasp the hands underneath you. Maybe you take the hands right underneath the hips. And then release the hands, lower yourself down. Extend your legs up towards the ceiling. Inner legs together, inner edges of feet together. A little supported inversion. Just be here for a breath or two. And then shake out the arms, shake out the legs. And then find your way up into a comfortable seat. You can roll over to one side, press up, or rock and roll yourself back and forth, maybe a few times. Give yourself a little spinal massage if that's okay for your spine. When you feel ready, roll it on up. Bring yourself into a comfortable seat. Palms together at the heart. And thank you so very much for sharing this quickie, slow flow practice with me today. With love and gratitude, namaste.